What's going on, guys? Mix It here, back again for another cocktail. And today's cocktail, guys, is the Smokey Old Fashioned. It's one of my personal favourites from the Alchemist Cocktail book, because I've had it in person. It's just a lovely, lovely cocktail, and it's certainly a showstopper, this one, because it's very nice. The presentation's nice on this one, and you'll certainly love it. But this is what got me into Woodford Reserve, this cocktail, because it goes perfect with the Smokey Old Fashioned, and you'll see exactly why. And the first ingredient to go in, guys, is a 45ml or 1.5 ounce of bourbon. Next ingredient, guys, is 25ml, just short of 1 ounce of filtered water. Next up is 20ml, just short of 3/4 ounce of maple syrup. And the last ingredient, guys, is 1 drop of the Bitter's Truth. Because as you can see, I'll show you why I'm using this. Because it's going too quick, because it doesn't have a pipette in it. What you want to do now is give it a swirl so it mixes. So now for the fun part, get your smoke gun. Now put your wood chips in, because you put it in the end where so put your wood chips in. Alright, so we'll put the end in here into the flask. But get your light, so be very careful with this now. Right, you can hear the gas now, light it. So it's a nice end that. So now light the wood chips. So what we want to do now is turn it on. And now we're just going to leave it there for 1 minute. Because it's a nice effect. So get your smoke glass ready. Because we'll just let it infuse for 1 minute. It's absolutely beautiful. Because just look at the smoke off it. Because we're certainly an alchemist now, aren't we? So make sure your lights off, make sure your smoke gun's off now. Now for the fun part. All you want to do now is just pour over the iceball. And there we have it, guys, the Smokey Old Fashioned. Because it's one of my favourite cocktails, because I loved having this at the Alchemist. It's absolutely beautiful, and that is how you create the Smokey Old Fashioned, and it's certainly a showstopper. Because the presentation is just absolutely fantastic. It's simple. If you've got a smoke gun, makes the job a hell of a lot easier. And that, guys, is the Smokey Old Fashioned. As you can see, guys, we've got smoke around the rooms, because it's not too bad. It's not setting off the fire alarm, so don't worry about that. Because we're in control. As you can see in the flask, it's still got quite a bit of smoke left. It's beautiful. But that, guys, is a Smokey Old Fashioned from the Alchemist. How does it taste? Does it taste like I had it 2 years ago? Absolutely beautiful. To me, it's one of the top cocktails that the Alchemist does. But I'm just a bourbon lover, so it will be one of my favourites. Ever since I had it at the Alchemist, it made me a bourbon lover, and that's why I want to use the Woodford Reserve, as they use it at the Alchemist, because it goes well with the wood chip. Just gives it that nice woodly aromatic smells, because they just smell it. The taste of it is just absolutely beautiful. You can't go wrong with Woodford Reserve, and that, guys, is the Smokey Old Fashioned. I highly recommend you make it a classic take on the old fashioned cocktail. And there it is. I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. If you like your bourbon and that little bit of a sweet taste, it's not too powerful. It's nice and sweet. It's got bourbon in it. It's got that aromatics of the woody smell of burning wood chips, as I've used a hickory. But that is all. But if you wish to make this, it's a little bit expensive getting all the equipment ready, but it's highly recommended if you're being an alchemist. And for the first time, I feel like an alchemist. The science behind it, it's got my flask, got my glass, got my smoke, and I've got my lighter. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a nice molecular show. And don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe to mix it for more cocktails like this. And next week I will be doing 3.5 ounce of happiness. And I will see you for the next Alchemist cocktail. Cheers.